Hello and welcome back to Hot Take here on No Bullshit, where we review the latest movies and give you our hot take on them. Today's movie is Deadpool 2, starring Ryan Reynolds. This movie had a few problems behind the scenes in its production, including changing a director and having some unscheduled reshoots. But did the end product suffer because of it? We're going to answer that question today on Hot Take. I say no. Deadpool did not suffer from its production problems. The movie turned out awesome and it was a lot of fun to watch. Definitely a great sequel that built upon the original. Ryan Reynolds brings back our favorite character Deadpool, pretty much the only Canadian that I like, back into the Marvel Universe. There's more references to X-Men and even a bunch of new characters brought into the franchise, including my new favorite, Josh Brolin as Cable. Cable really kills it in this movie. He's definitely a great addition to the Deadpool franchise. He's not alone either. There's a lot of other cool ones, namely Domino, played by Zazie Beetz. She's a great character. She has the luck power, which is a lot of fun to watch, and they make some really cool effects with that power. That brings me to this story. The basic setup for Deadpool 2 is our main character, Deadpool, Wade Wilson, gets thrown into a mutant jail. He befriends a younger, more inexperienced mutant, who ends up being under attack. Enter Cable's character, who travels back from the future, he travels back in time from the future, and he's sent back to kill this kid, and Deadpool wants to stop him. That's where Deadpool and Cable end up fighting, and the rest of the story ensues. Deadpool 2 is a bigger movie, has a bigger budget for sure, lots more going on, more effects, more action, a longer story, and pushing almost 2 hours. Deadpool 2 never feels long though. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of chapters in the story. There's a beginning part with the romance. There's another part where he joins X-Men. That was a lot of fun. There's a few cameos in there, a few jokes at the original X-Men franchise. Then later on we get to the main story. Like I told you, when he was in jail, he's fighting Cable all the way on to the end. There's more action and a more extended cast, as I mentioned before, because Cable and Domino are not the only additions to this movie. There's a lot of other X-Men characters that are introduced and some that are actually brought back from older movies. A lot of surprises that I'm not going to spoil. Overall, the acting was excellent. Ryan Reynolds was great in the first Deadpool. He does even better this time. I think without the backstory and all the setup needed in the first movie, Deadpool can really shine with all his jokes and his references and his irreverent comedy. Something I really appreciate. I'm a funny guy myself. I like comedies, I like the jokes, and I like all the references in Deadpool 2. It also has an excellent soundtrack. Songs are great. There's a few dubstep ones thrown in there. There's a few classic ones. They do the remake of that song, that Peter Gabriel song with the radio. There's a little bit about that in there, and all kinds of fun stuff done with the soundtrack. Great special effects in this movie too. Deadpool 1 had some as well, had a lot of slow motion stuff, and that comes back in this movie, and they even expand upon that. I know they had a bigger budget and more time with this one, so there's even more crazy effects, including, again, Zazie Beetz playing Domino. Some of the effects they use for her luck superpowers, the way they show it looks really cool, really fun to watch. X-Force gets formed in this movie, in a way, almost as a joke, almost serious, but there is some talk of this movie setting up another spin-off, an X-Force movie, which I'm sure Deadpool will be a big part of. And Cable too. Again, Josh Brolin playing Cable pretty much steals the show. He looks cool, he has a cool weapon, he has that laser eyeball, he has time travel abilities, like all kinds of fun stuff. All in all, Deadpool 2 is a really fun movie, a great X-Men spin-off movie, and in addition to the Marvel Universe, I know it's not directly tied to Infinity War, but I think this movie pairs well with the Infinity War movie that came out a few weeks ago, because Marvel, and they have their more serious side and the stakes are higher. With Deadpool 2, it's just like a lot more fun to watch, a lot more laughs, a lot more just like good energy and self-referential, like not taking itself so seriously, which I think is really cool. With all that said, let's go ahead and bring out the hot take meter. I'd easily give Deadpool 2 4.25 flames out of 5. It was almost at 4.5, almost perfect movie, but just need a little bit more to get up there. All in all though, I wouldn't say there's anything bad I could list about it. Maybe the length, maybe some of the more emotional, heartfelt scenes kind of felt overdone, trying to get you involved with that. But besides that, nothing really bad to say about this movie. Go see it if you like Marvel, if you like Deadpool, if you like anything like that, comic book movies, action, special effects, referential humor. You're going to really have a fun time with Deadpool 2. Thanks for tuning in to Hot Take. Next week, we're going to be watching Solo, a Star Wars story, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.